How are you, Dave?
Hi, how are you doing? I didn't get your message until after I'd spoken to you. I didn't realize you'd be in the Galapagos Islands until I got your message. What are you doing on the trip?
That's good. I don't want to know. Well, this is terrific. We have a little show for you if you.
We're already giving you a show. I don't recognize.
Finding the front doors. What we'll do is we'll take a little tour and show you the best way to make it. And afterwards, we'll have some lunch. All right?
I can have a drink before lunch.
You can have a drink. Oh, yes, sir, absolutely. It's a perfect thing about it.
If you want to ever consider creating more space in your garage for,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I see.
Let me know.
I remember you wanted to buy my calculator, my little calculator or whatever.
Well, actually, my woodworking, I was using the hand planes, remember?
Yeah.
The old hand planes, and you kept saying, go buy some tools. I bought some tools. Yeah.
Just as well. No, the dual junction primarily is restricted technology for Space and Comm because they're the ones that invested in here. They wanted to have that technology as proprietary.
You have a restrained technology.
We have some limitations, I would say. We are making some technologies for classified customers. And we had asked Space and Communications to support our endeavor, particularly in the military area, to make absolutely sure that we're able to sell those products to them. And therefore would be providing a competitive alternative for the many years that we weren't able to participate, where the government had literally excluded us from that business. And in all due respect to the people here inside of the room that had actually worked very hard to make that technology work, we are now the prime horse in the stable for the government. The government is just excited about the stuff that we're doing.
Jim, back in your days, you were in the teens. We migrated to, after we got the building here, into the 20s. We ended up about 30 million in 94. Ended up at 66. 1996, we ended up about $63 million. Our plan is to go to 100. We've probably stayed 100, though our capacity in constant dollars is probably about $140 million as far as what we could actually ship with the capacity that we're looking at having.
With 480 people, you're going to have a hell of a lot.
No, well, I'll share that chart goes up. We're going to add some heads. Well, we work on very hard.
Paul, I thought you knew how to make a hockey stick. What kind of a hockey stick is that?
Well, it depends on where you stop it. See, you'll see a hockey stick. I got
actuals. I mean,
no, I got some real hockey sticks coming up. Okay.
But your sales aren't falling off though, right?
Well, what we're looking at basically is the saturation of the market, and always remembering that everybody wants it better, faster, and cheaper. So if we sell the 25 spacecraft as the price comes down, HSC has a continuing 10% improvement a year. This just reminds us that there will be a price dynamic in the future.
So it's not volume that's increasing, it's cost, like sale, price per unit.
Right, yes, unit cost. We're going to deliver 300,000, 400,000 a year, but it's going to go from $400 to 380 to 350.
Been there, done that.
Been there doing it again. Hockey sticks?
You're spoiling my day. You did all this without my help, too.
No, this was
The plant so well trained, they managed to do it. You put the
Jim, I would never say that. What I would say is that you laid the foundation so we would do it effectively, okay?
Last week we won a multi-band management program for the Air Force. Total value of this program is 4.75 million. It's the biggest R&D program I think we've had in the Air Force. We've been
Finally,
actually
after all
involved.
these years,
Terry was program manager for phase one of the Mantec, which we demonstrated 25.5% efficient junction solar cell. That essentially put us in a very good position to win the next phase. Over the next 2 years, we will be developing the manufacturing technologies with a view to starting production first quarter of 99.
We, for a number of years, were working with HSC to really convince them of the importance of what we could do with an investment in MOVPE technology to grow some of these metal organic vapor phase epitaxy. I'm going to show you that in just a moment. And we talked with them, Peter showed one of these charts previously, about all these good things it could do for the spacecraft. It could give you more power, or you could cut the size of the array. You could close your gaps in the spacecraft lineup that Dieter mentioned. You could use that technology to lower the weights that you were taking into orbit. There were all these reasons we said you should be seriously working with us to develop a technology that gave you a higher efficiency device. The devices inherently work on the principle that we take the solar spectrum, this black body spectrum, and we'll more efficiently divide it up into segments. And by doing this, we can minimize the losses that we get if we use a single semiconductor operating in this spec cone, showing the device that we've done most of our work on, where we have two or three junctions. The top junction is made of this gallium indium phosphide material system, and it works out to about 650 nanometers. And then from there's a gallium arsenide cell underneath, which works from that point out to its band edge, which is around 850 nanometers. And that's the way the dual junction works. If we put a germanium substrate under it and make it active, that junction will then work all the way out to approximately 1.85 microns.
Well, this shows you what we've done with all this technology. In the last about a year, we've produced over 40,000 of these solar cells that Terry passed around, which is equivalent to about 20 kilowatts worth of power on orbit.
Cells of this size, let me just point out, so 27 square centimeter devices.
There's two of them out in the fourth fleet.
We finished delivering our first flight set worth of 8 solar panels for the NASAT program, which just went out on Tuesday. This gives you an idea of the gallium arsenide technology.
You either ought to get a better illuminator or do this for younger men.
We'll take your word, huh?
Okay, well, these are the programs we've serviced, and this is since 1982, this whole list, and starting around 94 is right here. So the technology has really dramatically increased in the number of programs that we've been servicing.
Well, I think on the
Now
right we're-
As opposed to
Yeah.
2x4s back in the
And these are all at 27 square?
Yes.
You know, I can remember making the statement, it's got to be 10 years, in fact, Peter may well have made it, that we have the capacity here to do the entire world's supply of
CE. That took off, we needed more machines, as we've been talking about, so all of a sudden we needed a second fab, and what we did was, kind of in line with the way we've always done things here, we created a separate Fab 2, isolated from Fab 1. And the idea, of course, is if one goes down because of problems, you don't go down. All